Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Phantom Menace. This is Phantom here doing a solo cast for this great month of November because this is marking the 10-year anniversary of World of Warcraft. That's right, 10 years this game has been out. How can a game be out for so long and still feel so brand new every 2 years? Well, that's what expansion packs are for. But with Warlords of Draenor right around the corner, and this coming up weekend, we have the BlizzCon from in I believe Anaheim, California, coming up. A lot of people are getting back into the game because of the goodies coming from BlizzCon, as well as if you got the special edition version of Warlords of Draenor, you're getting some stuff from that, such as a pet, a free level 90, and a mount. So but we're going to not focus on that just yet. We're going to go ahead and give a little background for the great thing called Blizzard Entertainment. Remember, Blizzard Entertainment was originally founded as Silicon and Snaps in 1991. And its first game actually didn't come out for another 2 to 3 years after that. And that first game, if memory serves me correctly, is actually called RPM Racing, which I may be wrong. It may have come out the same year. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there and let everybody know that I can be wrong. I am human. And that was available on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or Super NES, or SNES, depending on how old you are and what you really want to call it. I myself refer to it as Super NES because I'm 30 and I played that thing. I was one of the first kids on my block to own it. But what really took off with Blizzard was, in fact, Warcraft Orcs vs. Humans, or Orcs and Humans, I'm sorry. And that came out for your computer, and that was a first ever real time strategy, at least on my part, that I really played. And that's what really got me into fantasy. That, and then my brother playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I myself playing Dungeons and Dragons, is what really immersed me in the fantasy world. Orcs, humans, elves, not necessarily night elves, but elves in general, and it really took a brand new perspective with this, being able to actually see everything play out. And they had other follow-ups to that. Warcraft 2: Tides of Darkness, Warcraft 2: Beyond the Dark Portal, Warcraft 2: BattleNet Edition, which came out in '99, which kind of makes me wonder why they had Warcraft 2 for three separate titles. Maybe it's a marketing strategy on their part, and I just didn't catch up on it. But they also did other great games like The Death and Return of Superman. Any game where Superman dies, I'm a fan of. Justice League Task Force. They also had Diablo, which is still going strong. Diablo 2 is out. They just had the expansion for that, Reaper of Souls. And being that I have played Diablo 2, and Diablo 3, I do have to say that even though it is basically the same thing over and over again, Diablo 3 with the rifts and the Paragon levels makes it a lot better of a game in my opinion. Even though there is once again no end game content, at least you can continue working on your character if you want to, or completely drop it and get a brand new one if you want. StarCraft came out in '98, and then StarCraft Brood War, which some people argue was StarCraft 2. It's not. It was released as StarCraft Brood War, so it was clearly an expansion pack, which both those came out in '98, I believe. And that right there is what solidified me in liking real time strategy games. I would be on BattleNet for hours with my friend Nate, and we would just, play against other people. Then when we got our friend Tommy involved, oh my God, it was even better. I remember one time in that game, my friend Tommy's base got all but destroyed. I'm playing as Protoss, he's playing as Zerg, so I'm like, here, send over a drone. And I give him this little corner of my base. It's like, like a 5x5 cell pretty much, and all of a sudden it's like, he's back up and running with no time, and the three of us, we take out our opponent. But that's a separate story. For when we do our StarCraft story, I'll get much more into that. But Blizzard Entertainment has been around forever. A lot of people think that it was mainly, World of Warcraft that put it on the map. No, it was around before that. But World of Warcraft definitely helped, make it a powerhouse in regards to everything. and make it a number one contender in the gaming industry. You know, unfortunately, unfortunately, World of Warcraft has lost its popularity over the past few years. I personally contribute that to Kata. I don't think Kata was a really good expansion pack. I mean, Firelands was one of the best raids out of there. I still like going into Firelands, but Dragon Soul, um, Blackwing Descent, Throne of Four Winds, that was just that content right there. Just Throne of Four Winds is really what makes me hate the game the most for that expansion pack. Is you know, here we go. Two bosses, no trash, phenomenal. I like the idea. Random enchantments. Are you kidding me, Blizzard? Come on now, don't do that to me. Yeah, apparently they learned from their mistake with this expansion pack. Um, Now to go through with Blizzard, World of Warcraft came out in 2004, which I feels like yesterday was 2004, honestly. And it came out in November of 2004, and then I believe in February of 2007 is when Burning Crusade was released. And me being a vanilla player, it's true. You can't if you know a vanilla player and you're friends with a vanilla player, don't ever try to impress them because it'll never happen. We are very set in our ways. We're kind of like the old man version in the game, and you know how in real life it's damn near impossible to please some old people. We're that way. Whether I find myself even with friends that I know, I find myself like my friend Thorlin will ask me, "Hey, where's this raid at?" And I'll roll my eyes sarcastically at him, like, "Really? You don't know?" Thinking that you've been playing so long and you should, but he's a PvP person, you know. And it's funny because it's like I was over at his house the other day, and it's like he's in Stormwind trying to find something, and I'm giving him directions so I'm not even fully looking at his screen. And I just realized that how much of a nerd I really am. If I can give you step-by-step directions and precise directions and locate and coordinates for where certain things are, I may have an addiction or I may be a nerd. I'm not quite sure which one. I'm going to check and see if I can check myself into rehab for WoW addiction and see if that's still a thing that is possibly able to do. I don't think it is anymore. But then then World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King came out in 2008, which I'm I'm looking at this date and I'm just like that was Burning Crusade was only out for you know a little bit over a year. I don't even think it made a full 2 year time frame, which is kind of interesting considering that everything else has been out for 2 years or more. It looks like. Because we have in 2010 World of Warcraft Cataclysm, then in 2012 Mist of Pandaria, and here we are in 2014, and we have Warlord of Draenor coming out. Now, that's World of Warcraft, and if you are interested in getting lore for it, there is actually some very, very good videos on YouTube. One of them is called WoW Lore for Noobs. If you have not watched those, you should. I forgot the guy who does it, but he does a phenomenal job at explaining everything, not just for World of Warcraft, but it goes back to the first Warcraft and Warcraft game, so you get the full amount of lore for that. Now, people think that I'm a lore junkie. I'm not. I'm one of the few people that go through and actually read the quests before before completing the quest. I'll read the quest, go get the stuff for the quest, and go and turn in, and I'll read the turn in text. That's just me. I like to know what's going on, and I understand that some people are all about the leveling, and leveling that toon, getting that toon raid ready, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Then you also have people who are all about PvP. Once again, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are interested in getting background knowledge, lore for this game, definitely check out WoW Lore for Noobs. And even I believe it's DD guides, the Danger Dolan guides. He has some stuff, really nice stuff on World of Warcraft as well, and a couple of top 10, top 5 lists that I think were very phenomenally well done as well. Now, Blizzard, as a lot of us know, there's a they tend to favor certain people versus other. Wouldn't say as we all know. I should say as we assume. Blizzard does tend to favor stuff, but one thing that I do have to agree with my friend Hog on is that there really isn't any major changes that they've put into effect that has not been a benefit to the game in some way, shape, or form. A lot of people right now are complaining about how this class's DPS is broken, this class's DPS is too powerful, this class is, just shit altogether. And, that's where skill comes into play. I play a warrior. Phantom, Norm Reagan, look me up, laugh at me. I'm in welfare epic gear, and that's fine. Um, but I consider myself to be a decent player, and decent is all I'm really aiming for at this point in time because I'm not really able to dedicate myself to raiding like I once was. There were times to where when I was on my other servers, Norgan and Undermine and Area 52, to where I was one of the top 10 Fury Warriors for that server. And when it comes to playing your tune, a little research goes a long way. Just looking for the proper rotation can end up increasing your DPS or survivability if you're a tank, or healing if you're a healer. And there are a lot of great websites out there for that as well. Noxic.com, Icy Veins, Elitist Jerks. Those are just three websites that you can go to in order to look up your rotation, look up your gemming and stats. Sorry, I was going to say reforging. Reforging is no longer in the game, but look up your gem and stats and chance that you need. And if you go to a website like Ask Mr. Robot, they Ask Mr. Robot, even though it's not a 100% foolproof thing, it can give you a better idea on what enchant should go where and what gem should go where. And of course, you have the WoW forums if you don't mind having a headache after looking through them. So, now, there is a lot more stuff that we can talk about in regards to World of Warcraft, but let's get some background knowledge in here for Blizzard. Remember, Blizzard Entertainment was originally founded by Michael Morhaime. If I mispronounced that name and you're listening, sir, I'm sorry. Alan Adam and Frank Pierce, as I said, Silicone and Synapse, and that was in February of '91. A year after all three had received their bachelor's degrees from UCLA, which in itself was cool. You go to school what you want to go to school for, and then you end up opening something that you want to do. That's actually, what a lot of people love about, doing stuff like that. What greater achievement is there than getting your college diploma, and then opening up your own business. And then in early '94, they were acquired by Davidson and Associates for only 6 million and $6.75 million. That's it. Nowadays, if you try to acquire Blizzard Entertainment, you're paying upwards of probably close to a couple hundred million, if not more. And then the same year, the company briefly changed its name to Chaos Studios. And when my friend asked me this question, was it Chaos Studios or what was the original name they briefly changed it to? I said Anarchy Studios. I was wrong. So, and then they after changing to Chaos Studios, they finally settled on Blizzard Entertainment. After it was discovered that another company had the Chaos name already existed. And then shortly thereafter, Blizzard shipped their breakthrough hit, Warcraft Oryx and Humans out, and since then they have been one of the top people out there in regards to gaming. All right, everybody or most people know that that they're located in Irvine, California, and Blizzard Entertainment. You can say Blizzard Entertainment, and everybody will pretty much know who you're talking about, whether they're gaming or not. So, and then Blizzard launched their online gaming service Battle.net in January of '97 with the release of their action RPG Diablo. And then in 2002, Blizzard was able to reacquire rights for three of its earlier Silicon Synapse titles from Interplay Entertainment and re-released them under Game Boy Advance. In 2004, Blizzard opened European offices in Paris, suburb of Vélizy. Yeah, I can't pronounce that name. Sorry, France. I can really pronounce Okeechobee. Don't expect me to pronounce anything more than that. That's true. So, and then that was, but their European office was there to support World of Warcraft on the European servers. And and what other game really goes through the that kind of I'm trying to think of the right word here. That kind of initiative, and creates global headquarters to help support a global thing. To make it to where you don't have to just play only on American servers. You can play it on European servers. And I have to admit, I played on Oceanic servers, and I don't understand the majority of what they say at times. It's amazing. And I still find that even though that there are separate servers, you have Oceanic, you have Brazil ones. I believe you have one for Korea now. I still find a lot of people, on the U.S. servers. When I was back on Undermine, I had one guy named Mad Pally, and he was from Austria, not Australia, Austria. And he was on our server. Kind of made it weird. Not necessarily weird, but maybe interesting in that aspect. I don't really know. I'm just talking up my ass right there for that one. But as I've been saying, Blizzard Entertainment has been around for a while. It has many hit games. Unfortunately, it's only really known for three games, and that's World of Warcraft, Diablo, excuse me, and StarCraft. And there's a lot more out there by them. But with those three main heavy hitters underneath you, there's not really much more that you need to be known for. That it does seem that those are the things that they focus on the most. Although they do have Hearthstone out now, which Hearthstone, if you easiest way to play to describe Hearthstone to someone who hasn't played it is it's like playing Pokemon or Magic the Gathering. I know there's one other card game out there. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like playing those three games with but you're playing on the computer with World of Warcraft characters and monsters and tunes and everything. I'm not a big fan of it. I have to say that when it first came out, I was totally into it. I liked it very much, but at the same time, looking back on it now, it's like, it's kind of boring. Unfortunately, even though it's free to play, I can't help but feel it's one of those pay to play. In order to really get the good stuff, you have to sink money into it, and I, I don't want to. Basically, what it boils down to. Uh, you know, I'd rather feed my WoW addiction. Sorry, my WoW habit, than feed another addiction like that. But you never know. That game could take off a lot more and a lot better than what it originally intended. They do have Heroes of the Storm in development, which is supposedly supposed to be their version of. I always want to say Land Lakes, League of Legends, or LOL for short. And they do have StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, which I will be buying when it goes out, which is supposed to be the Protoss version of StarCraft 2. You had the Horde, not the Horde. Sorry, you had Wings of Liberty, which is the Terran. Then you had the Heart of the Swarm, which was the Zerg, and now you're going to have Legacy of the Void for the Protoss, which I'm looking forward to that one more than anything because I've always liked the Protoss race from that. I will include a link in the comments, in the description below, for everybody to go and read up on Blizzard Entertainment. It will be through a wiki page, and in that way, if you guys want to find out more information on them, you can. I will also try and put in there as well a link to the lore videos, WoW Lore for Noobs. That way, you guys can look at that as well and get some more information that way if you want to. Once again, I'm not going to force you guys to do anything of that. But this was just a short podcast just to let you guys know that this month, For the Phantom Menace, we will be focusing mainly on uh, Blizzard Entertainment, being that it is 10 years of World of Warcraft. That World of Draenor is right around the corner. 7 days left, and yes, I'm counting them down. And we'll be able to go from there with everything. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Facebook or to contact me on here. And once again, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.